The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne, on June 28, 1914, in Sarajevo, ignited a diplomatic firestorm that plunged Europe into war. This single event, seemingly localized, would unravel the delicate balance of power across the continent, setting in motion a series of events that would forever change the course of global history. His visit to Sarajevo, the capital of Bosnia and Herzegovina, coincided with Vidovdan, an important Serbian holiday, a date fraught with tension and historical significance for Serbian nationalists. This choice of date further inflamed existing resentments and nationalist aspirations within the region. Bosnia, annexed by Austria-Hungary in 1908, harbored a significant Serbian population yearning for unification with Serbia, a desire fueled by a strong sense of national identity and a rejection of Austro-Hungarian rule. This annexation had been a source of deep-seated resentment and political instability for years. Amidst this volatile backdrop, a group of Bosnian Serb nationalists, including the determined Gavrilo Princip, meticulously plotted the Archduke's assassination. They were members of a revolutionary youth movement known as Young Bosnia, driven by the goal of liberating Bosnia from Austro-Hungarian control and uniting it with Serbia. On that fateful day, June 28, 1914, the Archduke and his wife Sophie traveled through Sarajevo in an open-top car, a decision that, in hindsight, proved to be a critical vulnerability. Their procession through the city was meant to be a display of imperial authority, but it instead became a tragic spectacle. The initial assassination attempt, a bomb thrown at their vehicle by Nedeljko Kabranovic, failed to achieve its deadly objective, bouncing off the car and injuring several bystanders. Despite this close call, the Archduke's motorcade continued, a decision that would have dire consequences. However, a wrong turn later brought the Archduke's car directly past Gavrilo Princip, who, by sheer coincidence, found himself in the perfect position to act. Seizing this unexpected opportunity, Princip stepped forward, his resolve unwavering. Princip, with 2 shots from his pistol, fatally shot both Archduke Franz Ferdinand and his wife Sophie, forever altering the course of history. The Archduke was hit in the neck and Sophie in the abdomen, both dying shortly after the attack. This act of violence sent shockwaves across Europe. This act of assassination triggered the July Crisis, a month-long period of intense diplomatic and military escalations across Europe. The assassination provided Austria-Hungary with what it perceived as a legitimate reason to confront Serbia, which it blamed for the attack. Austria-Hungary, with Germany's unwavering support, often referred to as the blank check, saw the assassination as a pretext to confront Serbia, which it considered a constant threat to its stability and territorial integrity. Germany's unconditional backing emboldened Austria-Hungary to take a hard line. On July 23, 1914, Austria-Hungary issued a harsh ultimatum to Serbia, crafted with demands so stringent that they were almost impossible to fully accept. The ultimatum was deliberately designed to be rejected, providing Austria-Hungary with a casus belli for war. The demands included suppressing all anti-Austrian propaganda, dissolving nationalist societies like the Narodna Odbrana, and crucially, allowing Austrian officials to investigate the assassination on Serbian soil. These conditions were seen by Serbia as a direct assault on its sovereignty. Serbia, after consulting with its allies Russia and France, accepted most of the demands, but firmly rejected the condition allowing Austrian officials to conduct investigations within its borders. This particular demand was viewed as an unacceptable infringement on its national sovereignty. This rejection of a key demand was viewed by Austria-Hungary as a violation of Serbian sovereignty, a point of no return that justified military action. The diplomatic channels had failed, and the path to conflict seemed inevitable. Dissatisfied with Serbia's response, Austria-Hungary declared war on July 28, 1914, exactly 1 month after the assassination, setting off a catastrophic chain reaction across the continent. This declaration marked the official beginning of hostilities. Russia, bound by treaty to Serbia and seeing itself as the protector of Slavic nations, immediately began mobilizing its vast military forces in support of its ally. This mobilization was a clear signal of Russia's intent to intervene. Germany, allied with Austria-Hungary, demanded that Russia cease its mobilization, viewing it as a direct threat to its own security. However, Russia, unwilling to abandon Serbia, refused to halt its military preparations, escalating tensions further. Consequently, Germany, perceiving Russia's mobilization as an act of war, declared war on Russia on August 1, 1914, escalating the conflict further and drawing another major European power into the burgeoning crisis. The dominoes were falling rapidly. Germany's long-standing military strategy, known as the Schlieffen Plan, aimed to swiftly defeat France in the west before turning its full attention to the slower mobilizing Russian forces in the east. This plan necessitated a rapid offensive through neutral territory. On August 3, 1914, Germany declared war on France, and to execute the Schlieffen Plan, it invaded neutral Belgium to outflank French defenses. This invasion of a neutral country was a critical turning point, drawing another major power into the conflict. This blatant violation of Belgian neutrality, a country whose neutrality was guaranteed by international treaty, prompted Great Britain to declare war on Germany on August 4, 1914. Britain's entry transformed the continental conflict into a global war. The conflict rapidly expanded, drawing in numerous nations and empires across the globe, transforming a regional dispute in the Balkans into a devastating global war. The intricate web of alliances and imperial ambitions ensured a widespread conflagration. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand and the subsequent July crisis, thus, served as the critical spark that ignited the First World War, a conflict that would reshape the geopolitical landscape of the 20th century. It was the culmination of years of simmering tensions. This pivotal period demonstrates how a single, seemingly isolated event, coupled with complex alliances, imperial rivalries, and escalating tensions, can lead to an unprecedented global conflict with devastating human and societal costs. The lessons from this period continue to resonate today.